And if you had one takeaway message for our audience, what would that be?
I would say implementation science is a really powerful tool for bridging that gap between what we know and what actually gets done in practice. It answers very specific questions, right? It's designed not to answer the question of, does this evidence-based practice, whether that's an intervention, a policy, a practice, does that work? That's what our effectiveness and efficacy studies are designed to do, to answer that question, does this thing work to affect the outcomes that we care about? Implementation science is starting from the standpoint of, we know this works, this evidence-based practice works in a particular population or setting, but we're trying to figure out what are the one or two key behaviors that need to be targeted and the barriers and facilitators to those behaviors understood in order for people to actually do the thing, right? To get it done. And so I would say with implementation science, the key take home is understanding that you start from the perspective of evidence for an evidence-based practice that's already shown to be effective. That's where you start. I will say that one other key point is that a lot of people will say, well, you know, I'm kind of at the point where I need to still build a little bit more evidence. So for example, maybe there are studies or trials that have been conducted in populations we know they work to affect outcomes, but maybe they weren't done in, or maybe patients who are minoritized racial and ethnic groups were underrepresented in those trials. We may need to find a little bit more evidence. In that case, that intervention actually worked to that population. So that's where this hybrid implementation effectiveness trials come into play. So I think those are great because you can look at effectiveness outcomes, typical kind of individual level outcomes that we often look at in effectiveness studies, but also you can look at implementation outcomes such as adoption, acceptability, cost, which are a really important driver, sustainability. So I think the hybrid studies are really the best of both worlds, and it's a way that many researchers, whether you're junior or more senior, can really take advantage of this wonderful resource and tool that is implementation science.